I am ready.
We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing both an end as well as a beginning, signifying renewal and a change. For I have sworn before you and Almighty God the same solemn oath that our forebears prescribed nearly a century and 3/4 ago. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, in order to assure the survival and success of liberty. This much we pledge, and more. Now as cadets, we memorize this specific quote, let every nation know. We know every single word that's in it. We know how to spell every single word. We know where the commas go. We know where the periods go. But I think sometimes we lose the context of this quote and the specific address. As many of you know, this is President Kennedy's inaugural address. When he stands up there and he gives this address, he's not only talking to the American citizens, but he's also talking to the rest of the world. Specifically, he's talking to the Soviet Union. He's ensuring that we as Americans and they as the Soviet Unions know that we do not and will not back down from protecting our freedoms and protecting our liberties. So as he continues to give this address, he makes his point very clear. But another thing that he does is he ensures that he's telling the American people and the rest of the world that we are willing to work with other nations and the rest of the world in order to find that peace and allow us to protect our liberties and freedoms. So as I continue with this recitation, just keep that context in mind. The Cold War is continuing. He's now the president during this very tough period. And he's making very bold claims to the rest of the world and to the American people. So just keep that in mind. Now the trumpet summons us again. Not as a call to bear arms, though arms we need. Not as a call to battle, though embattled we are. But as a call to bear the burden of a long twilight struggle, year in and year out, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation. A struggle against the common enemies of man: tyranny, poverty, disease, and war itself. Can we forge against these enemies a grand and global alliance, north and south, east and west, that can forge a more fruitful future for all mankind? Will you join in this historic effort? Will you join in this historic effort? In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role and responsibility of ensuring freedom, of protecting freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any people or any generation. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And my fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what we together can do to ensure the freedom of man. Thank you.